Hello and welcome to the Conversation Is podcast, the TCIP, with the magician Ash Hughes and the Hierophant
Charlie Pitson.
Today we are covering Kimber the White Lion. What do you mean? Hold on. Black Panther. What? Conversation Is Lion King.
Directed by Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff, with a screenplay by Irene Mecci, Jonathan Roberts and Linda Woolverton. Released in 1994.
Banging. So what we're going to do, we'll watch the film and we'll see where the conversation is going to end up.
But today is The Lion King. Let's do this. I haven't seen this film. Well, the last time I saw it was
about 2 nights ago. You put a picture up on Instagram.
I did, yeah.
Right, so I'm going to confess something now. Now, usually when we've done these, I've watched the film at least twice before. I have not watched this one. I don't know why I'm watching it on the laptop when we got the TV. I haven't watched this once, other than today, other than maybe in the last 6 months, because I physically cannot watch this film without crying. In fact, I'll probably cry in this. But I also need a week after watching the film to just get over it. Yeah. And that's I'm not joking. I genuinely, this film really affects me. So I haven't watched this in revision, so to speak.
Well, I'm going to trump that and say the last time I saw this film, apart from the last 2 days, was 15 years ago.
Oh, really? That long?
15 years ago, yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Just haven't
I don't know. I just kind of stopped watching animated films really young.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's when I got thrown into the whole Kevin Smith thing at 8 years old. I was just like,
once your innocence was lost.
This is way better.
I don't know. Because I was never particularly fussed on it until definitely later in life, until I think I was maybe 15, 16.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think I wasn't emotionally mature enough to appreciate it. No. And then I think just one day I was just oh my god, this film is incredible.
It's like Hamlet a bit, though.
I know, I know it's directly parallel to Hamlet, but it's still amazing. And I mean, it is a rip-off of Kimber the White Lion, but
yeah,
that's all we mention about that.
Is it the Chinese film?
Yeah, Japanese, I think. Because Disney thought this was going to be a flop because it's an original story. And it's it's literally a rip-off.
Oh, they've
almost
made
scene by scene.
That's it. Kimber the White Lion. Is it animated?
Yeah, I think it's Japanese, 1950s, 60s.
1950 to 1954, yeah.
Yeah, 54.
Fuck, that's... Well, that was the original one, the manga, sorry. The anime TV series was 65, 66.
65, yeah. 66, yeah.
Still fucking ages ago.
I knew it was 50s, 60s. It's good. I mean, it is good. Think of Lion King as the remake.
Yeah. The American remake.
Yeah, because
but it's
quite
good.
old as well.
Really good remake.
Yeah. Oh, it's phenomenal, man.
So this has been out 25 years now?
25 years, yeah, 1994.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then the new one is out on the 19th of July then?
New one is out is that Friday or Wednesday?
Friday, I think, yeah.
Friday. I think I might go and see that.
Yeah, I want to go and watch that as well.
I definitely go. So, the very start, what they say, do you know it translates as, look, it's a lion, it's a baby lion, or something like that? The literal translation of it in Swahili is something along the lines of, look, it's a lion, it's a baby lion. Genuine.
What?
Yeah. Check it out. Oh, look, it's something very close to that.
Oh, June 24th, 1994, so almost 25 years. They should have released the new one on the exact same day.
What date was it? Did you say June 24th?
June 24th, yeah.
Yeah, they should have, yeah.
They should have.
Missed opportunity.
It could have been on a Sunday though, so they would have been nah. What am I checking out?
The translation at the start of Lion King.
English translation, Circular Life. Here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. What?
That's madness.
Oh yeah.
It sounds so much more
Here
majestic.
comes a
doesn't it?
lion, father. Oh yes, a lion. Here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. A lion. We're going to conquer. A lion, and a leopard. Oh, a leopard.
There's-
Come to this
I
open
swear
place.
there's no
That
leopards
is
in this
nuts.
film. There's no leopards in this film.
Are you sure?
I don't think there are. I mean, it's not. They're certainly not a big enough deal to put in the song.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, I mean, hyenas, baboons,
Hyenas, yeah.
maybe. But leopards, come on,
The only
man.
thing I have a problem with this film is the reverb
Yeah.
on their voice. It just sounds weird. It's a bit. It just feels like they're all just standing in a hallway talking. Like.
I mean, it's because he's in a cave at the minute, but Scar's like that anyway. But Scar's in a lot of caves. This is when he
good
hangs
point, yeah.
around. Because Be Prepared is like a really echoey song.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's singing it in an empty theatre.
I'm so excited for the new one though. I can't honestly.
I got mixed feelings. Like, I'm excited for it, but also like nostalgia goggles
Yeah.
have got me a little bit kind of on the fence for it.
I'm looking forward to John Oliver though, as Zazu.
I don't know.
Because when I look at Zazu, I just think John Oliver with the eyes, you know, the glasses.
Again, like I said, it goes back to the nostalgia goggles where, like, once they first announced this, I was like, they got to have the exact same cast. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And I'm still interested, even though it's just Mufasa. Though I do really think Jeremy Irons should still be Scar, because Jeremy
Yeah.
Irons is so iconic as Scar now.
Is it Chiwetel Ejiofor who's playing him now?
I got no idea. I thought it was Idris Elba, but I think that's because I wanted Idris Elba to play him. I was very much on the campaign for Idris Elba as Scar.
Oh, he would have been amazing. Yeah.
It'd be really good.
Yeah, it is Chiwetel Ejiofor. If I'm saying his name right,
Yeah.
because probably not.
Like Timon and Pumbaa, that's great casting
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
Billy Eichner. Yeah, he's got that like
Um,
whiny voice. Is great,
Like
man.
Seth Rogen's gonna
Have you
kill
seen
it.
him in Parks and Rec? Plays Craig.
Don't think I have.
Oh,
no.
he's good in that, man.
Craig Robson would have been good as well as Pumbaa,
Oh yeah.
and then Seth Rogen as Timon.
Or Jay Baruchel.
Yeah. So, fun fact about Rafiki, a little bit of character background. Rafiki first gets introduced to the family when he's saved by Scar because he's been attacked by the 3 hyenas. And
What?
then Scar and Mufasa's father decided to take him in. So, Scar first discovered Rafiki.
Well then.
Yeah. That's from one of the crappy little books they done back in the 90s. That
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that technically aren't canon, but fuck it, it is now. James Earl Jones, it is good that if they were going to get absolutely anyone back for this film, it's James Earl Jones.
Oh, yeah.
'cause
Oh, definitely.
I bet any money that they've just recorded him going through the entire dictionary in case he dies for like Star Wars, in case he do any Darth Vader stuff, so they can just throw it together.
Every word in existence.
No, I guarantee it. I bet.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Imagine
that.
that like some sort of Toast of London style, like.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet you somewhere. I bet you somewhere on Pablo Hidalgo's shelf there is a hard drive with James Earl Jones saying every single word in existence. Guarantee it. Forget this raid on Area 51. Let's raid Lucasfilm and find it.
Or like fanboys.
Yeah, like fanboys. Yeah, we can steal it then, and we can get him to do like the voiceover for the podcast.
Yeah.
The introduction every week.
Because we'd had every word in existence.
Yeah,
He's even recorded words that don't even exist yet.
exactly. So you buying this Circle of Life speech? Educational?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's a very clear and concise picture.
I just wanted an opposing opinion just so you could.
Yeah.
So no, I don't.
I struggle with this scene now because South Park do a parody of it called, or a spoofez, as we like to call it on the cast. South Park do a spoof of it where Mr. Hankey's talking with his son and it's called like the Circle of Pooh. And
Oh,
I just can't get it out of my head.
Yeah. I remember that one. That's quite old as well, isn't it?
Oh
'Cause
god,
Mr.
yes,
Hankey
one of the
got like
original.
killed off, didn't he? Like,
Mr. Hankey got killed. Not, I don't think killed off recently. They done an episode which was taking the or spoofez in.
taking the shit out of it.
Yeah. The whole Apu controversy with The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, Mr. Hankey, he's too offensive for South Park now, and then they send him to live in Springfield. So they've like written him out of South Park permanently now, or at least for now, permanently, by sending him to Springfield. But it's the one with his kid, and one of the kids is like really stupid, but he's got like a peanut stuck in his head.
Yeah.
His name's like Cornwallis.
Cornwallis. Oh my god.
Cornwallis Pooh.
This is a beautiful looking film though, isn't it?
I'm a really big fan of animations with beautiful colours. Like a little known animation that I think is just incredible because it's just so pretty to watch is Book of Life or Book of Love. I think it's called Book of Life. I'll double check it now.
Book of Life.
Book of Life, yeah. Honestly, it's one of the most prettiest films I've ever seen. It's so many like beautiful colours and the light.
Coco was really beautiful looking film. Did you watch that?
Yeah, and Coco's a little bit of a rip-off of this.
Yeah, I was going to say, just looking at the poster alone, it's got the same.
Because I think this came out in like 2014, and then Coco, I think it's 16 or
18, I think.
18, and Coco is a little bit of a rip-off of it, but it's a very good film. It's got great like music in it.
Yeah.
They're all like cover songs, but like with the actors covering them in this like style of the film, it's really.
Oh, that's a really
cool.
good cast as well. Diego Luna, Zoe Saldana, Channing Tatum, Ice Cube.
Yeah, Ice Cube
Ron
plays God.
Perlman.
Ron
himself.
Perlman plays a demon called Zabalba.
He's not Hellboy then.
No.
Don't
get me started on Hellboy, man. Right, so I watched the new Hellboy this week, David Harbour. My biggest concern, and we're going to do spoilers because we spoke about it a little bit last week, and it's fine to speak about it this week.
It's been out a while now.
Right, so David Harbour dies at the end of this series of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
He sacrifices himself, and from what I've read, it looks like they're making more Hellboy films. Let me tell you, I'm a little concerned that David Harbour may have traded in Stranger Things for the Hellboy franchise.
Yeah.
Which is a big mistake because.
Well, there's only one more season anyway, so.
Are they only doing one more
season?
season?
Well, I've read, at least you've seen the video on about saying they're doing 4 seasons.
I'll buy that when they actually say they're done. I think because
I don't think they want to like flesh it out.
I think they're gonna milk
like
it.
Kind of like the Game of Thrones. If they did any more, they should have done more. But
I don't know. I think they're gonna milk Stranger Things for at least another 3 years, at least. Yeah. So I really hope he hasn't traded Stranger Things for Hellboy because that Hellboy movie, I got about 50 minutes in and I turned it off because it was so bad.
15 or 50?
50, about 50 minutes, yeah.
That's like half the film.
David, he's great in it, but it's very easy to be the best in a very bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the acting's not great. The dialogue is awful. It's just... And it's like 5 films just crammed into one.
Well, isn't this his like first proper like big budget film as well? So like maybe he thought, I'll do this and that. Get
yeah, like I said, I don't think he's the problem. I could absolutely see a Hellboy film with him working.
Yeah,
but
maybe under better direction.
This just isn't it.
Who directed it anyway? What's it called? Hellboy.
I think it's just Hellboy.
I thought it was like Hellboy something.
Like 1 minute he's in like Mexico fighting a vampire.
Neil Marshall.
Then he's in fucking England chasing giants.
The guy who did this directed Blackwater episode of Game of Thrones, which is one of the best episodes ever.
Yeah.
Honestly, man,
with
one of the
Tyrion's
coolest
monologue.
battles. Yeah. Oh. What else he done? Centurion.
Oh, Centurion's good with Michael Fassbender.
Doomsday. Who's that? No idea. Dog Soldiers. That was actually really good.
Do you know what? I haven't watched Dog Soldiers in ages. I get the feeling that's a film that probably hasn't aged too well.
Oh, no way, but like, it's such a nostalgic.
Oh, yeah.
I remember being
film.
like, probably 6 or 7 watching that and being like, whoa.
I think it's very much the Aliens of our generation.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I get you.
For a comparison.
But like, way more low budget. Well, Alien is low budget. I think, was it?
Relatively, I suppose.
I think it was. So I believe they built the entire ship or something. And they shot it like it was very claustrophobic. Or something. It's
Yeah, Hellboy's not great. Which reminds me as well about Stranger Things. Seeing as I've had this feedback about last week, right? Let me just say, if you didn't realise that Hopper was going to die at the end of this series of Stranger Things, you were not paying attention. That's all I'm putting out there. Don't come at me saying I'm talking rubbish. You haven't been paying attention. Particularly to the D&D game Mike, Lucas, and Will play. If you pay attention to that, it tells you everything you need to know about the end of Stranger Things. And it's like episode 3. So people saying, oh, I didn't see that coming, you need to pay more attention. Right, so Can't Wait to Be King song. Do you think this is going on in Simba's head or not? Because the colours are all flipped and...
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah? So this is all in his imagination.
Yeah. I think most of the songs are in their own imagination.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think Be Prepared is. I think that's very much going on.
No, true. Kuna Matata seems like it's going on at the same time. Obviously, because he ages through the film, the song.
Yeah.
Oh, I've listened to the new version and it's amazing.
Yeah, like I said, I'm staying away from the soundtrack until I got the film because I want to see it in context.
I remember Pumba sings at least a little bit more than I think in this than he does in the new one, because obviously I don't think Seth Rogen is like a singer.
He's not making on board.
Because I saw an interview with him on, I think it was Kimmel, and he was saying he did like 36 takes of him, just like Hans Zimmer and Pharrell, who produced it, was just like, oh. But I think he's just like...
So what about that, where the rhino's like sitting on top of him? Because that's not in his head.
He's generally just getting fucking like...
Just crushed.
Yeah. What do you think of Beyonce though as Nala?
That's great casting.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean...
Do you think they'll give her way more dialogue than Nala actually has?
I've already seen that Nala has more to do. I don't think it's so much because it's Beyonce. I just think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So the Elephant Graveyard. This is where I'm going to bring in the first segment ever called... I'm making this up as I go along.
Okay.
The name...
you
we're going to call it Banger or Shiter.
Oh, that's a good name. Okay.
Right. So
it's Banger or Shiter.
Welcome to the first ever Banger or Shiter. So we're at the Elephant Graveyard scene where what I want to do is I'm going to lay on you 3 fan theories relating to the Lion King, right?
Okay.
And what I want you to tell me is the theory a banger or is the theory a right shiter?
Okay.
So the first of these theories is to do with Zazu, right?
Okay.
So the theory is that Zazu is a traitor.
Okay.
That Zazu sets all this up. So the evidence is that Simba treats Zazu very poorly.
Yeah.
Even tells him he's going to fire him when he becomes king. So, out of fear for his job and where the monarchy is heading, Zazu makes a deal with Scar to get rid of Simba, a la the Elephant Graveyard scene.
Okay.
Further evidence is when Scar actually does the deed, Zazu panics, thinking he was just going to kill Simba, not Mufasa, starts to fly off to tell people, but Scar knocks him out. When Zazu comes back around, he doesn't tell anyone. He doesn't say, oh, Scar knocked me out, or Scar stopped me getting help before the king died.
Yeah.
So was Zazu in on the plan to overthrow Mufasa?
Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah. And consider this. So we were talking about it, I think it was before we were recording.
Yeah.
But Lion King is based on Hamlet.
Yeah.
So the characters
we
in
did
Hamlet.
say that. We did say
Nala is like based on Ophelia. Scar is Claudius, obviously.
Yeah.
Who portrays the king. Simba is obviously Hamlet. Zazu is Polonius.
Okay.
Who, in the Hamlet play, is the king's advisor, but also betrays him. So, if Zazu is based on Polonius, do you think Zazu is a traitor? So, theory. Is there a banger or is there a shiter?
Oh, it's so convincing. Like, really convincing.
I think it's a nice little theory until you take in the Hamlet consideration. Then I think the Hamlet consideration, is the...
Yeah, it pushes
the cherry on it.
Pushes it to 11, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go for a banger.
Banger?
Yeah, bangers and mash.
So the first one's a banger. Okay. Our second theory is to do with Simba.
Okay.
So the drought.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big climax of the film is Simba and Scar fighting and the whole drought and the rain and all that.
Yeah.
So this theory is that the drought is actually Simba's fault because, as we know, as Mufasa explains, when the great kings die, they turn into a cloud and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if the cloud is wherever Simba is, then that means that's where the rain's going to be, because obviously clouds means rain.
Ooh.
So if Simba's away with Timon and Pumbaa in the little rainforest,
Yeah.
then the clouds are with him, which is why the drought is caused over the Pride Lands. And then when Simba comes back to the Pride Lands to fight Scars, because the clouds are following him, that's why it starts raining again. That's our second theory. Banger or shiter?
Banger.
Yeah? You buying that?
Yeah.
Clouds cause rain?
Yeah.
Scientific fact.
I don't know the science behind that, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a banger. They seem quite convincing. Like, it's not too much thought into it. They're quite simplistic. Like.
And the third one is right. So the third one is an existing theory, but with my own little cherry on it.
Okay.
So the base of the theory is that basically the whole entire plot of this Lion King is false propaganda. That Simba is telling his kingdom, because as you know, history is written by the victors. Simba beats Scar, so Simba gets to say whatever he wants. Now looking at the evidence, the hyenas are very much second-class citizens in the Pride Lands.
Yeah.
Neglected. Scar takes those hyenas in, makes them part of his kingdom.
Yeah.
Very Nazi-esque images during Be Prepared. I mean, it couldn't be any more obvious.
Yeah.
But my little cherry on this is at the end of this we see, is it Kiara from the second one, his daughter? Kiara and Kovu.
Yeah.
So we see Kiara, Rafiki lifts her up. I think this film is Simba telling Kiara the story of how he became king, but embellishing the truth to make Scar look a lot worse than what he was.
Fuck.
Banger
They're so
or shiter?
convincing. What the fuck? Like.
Are you not ready for the intenseness of my evidence?
Yeah. I generally
My
thought it was just
convincing
like.
arguments.
It's so convincing. Yeah. Like. Fuck. I'm not even on the fence. I'm just like already on a banger, but I need to say shiter. Just like.
I've got one more. I've got one
Go
more.
one more. Hopefully, right? Because I'm gonna go
This is
bang
a
on that one
bonus
again.
theory,
Hopefully, this
but
one
I
is
think
shiter.
this one's pretty convincing as well. It's really short, right?
Okay.
So, this goes down to the only male lions we see in the film are Simba, Mufasa, and Scar.
Yeah.
So who is Nala's father? It's either Mufasa or Scar. Now, an adult Nala has blue and green eyes. Her mother has blue eyes. But who do we know that has green eyes? Scar himself. So, Scar must be Nala's father. Otherwise, the only other option is Simba's committing incest. And there'd be two-headed lions. So,
Well, for this one, I'm gonna go for they probably didn't really think that was a big deal, so I'm gonna go for shiter.
shiter.
Yeah, the other three seem like.
There's not as much
it was
evidence.
like a little backstory that they'd already kind of played to make people think about it. It wasn't just like a theory. It feels like it's actual there
things that are there.
This just feels like that's just a fan theory. Like, oh, it would be funny if because just the coincidence of their eye color.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a way to explain away some Disney incest. Some good
Yeah,
old
and even if it is a
traditional
thing,
Disney
I don't know. I
incest.
think a shiter. Yeah.
Shiter.
Yeah, shiter.
Yeah, we've got 3 bangers and a shiter.
Who bangers and shiter.
We might rename that one next week.
No, I like it. Banger shiters. Yeah.
Banger or shiter?
Banger or mash. I'll talk about Eric Andre as one of the hyenas.
Who were the? Yeah, who were
Keegan
the
Michael
hyenas?
Key and
That's good, yeah.
fuck. I know the entire cast for some reason.
For some
Research
reason.
purposes,
Or watched the
obviously,
food.
so I
researched.
so I could see more of them on this podcast. Yeah. Oh my god.
There's a film with it came out I think maybe last year, 2018. With James Franco and Bryan Cranston in.
Oh, it's
called-
Florence Kasumba. She was in Captain America: Civil War. I think she was in Infinity War as well. She's Ao. Io, one of T'Challa's like bodyguards, other than Koye.
she's the main one.
No, it's not the main one. No, that's Danai Guerrero. Yeah, she plays the other one, but she hasn't got much screen time, obviously, because she's not.
I mean, Whoopi Goldberg was amazing as well. They should have got her back.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric Andre's amazing, man. Have you seen the photo of them, the casting photo? They're all in it.
I have.
James Earl Jones.
I've honestly stayed away from everything to do with it, other than I watched the first trailer.
Yeah.
Because I'm just afraid that it's going to be amazing. Just nostalgia goggles are going to taint it a bit for me. So yeah, just in case you can hear it, for the first time we're recording with my 2 dogs in the room, and one of them's snoring. I think it's Ace. So if you can pick up on that, that's what that is.
It's very cute though.
Yeah, he's proper settled in.
Loving it. Yeah. He's loving it.
Man. What's the best song in the film, do you think?
I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Yeah, I think that's the most like sing along one.
It was only because I had this Disney tape collection as a kid, and it was one of the songs on there, and I just kept replaying it all the time. Like, that's the only real thing I remember from this film. Like, you know, other than like the sort of the songs, but yeah, I forgot what the song existed. I was like, oh shit.
So a bit more character information that's not in the film. First time Scar meets the 3 hyenas is also when he meets Rafiki. Like I said, they attack him, Scar saves him, and then they become buddies. And his original name, so obviously his name isn't Scar, that would be stupid.
Yeah.
Like fucking Captain James Hook from Peter Pan. Absolutely ridiculous. That's terrible writing. Why would you name your character James Hook and then give him a hook for a hand? That's just fucking joke.
That's lazy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's a good name though, isn't it? James Hook.
No, I know, but like that would be the absolute last thing you'd want then when you like look, give me anything other than a hook for a hand. Do you mean? Because people are just
give me another hand though.
Yeah. So Scar's real name is Taka.
Taka, okay.
Yeah. And he originally got the scar when he was attacked by a water buffalo.
Yeah.
And he adopted the name of Scar to remember the sheer embarrassment of being taken out by a water buffalo and saved by Rafiki.
Is this real?
Yeah. Actual
a water buffalo.
Yeah, I did have the water buffalo's name, but I forgot now.
I'm so embarrassed.
It's something mad like Mavis. Mavis the water buffalo.
Sounds like a type of bread. Mavis.
It is a great way to take away from a character's like utter badassness to have him taken out by a woman called Mavis.
Well, that's like the whole
and then saved by Rafiki.
A water buffalo called Mavis. Yeah.
I don't think it is Mavis. I totally made that up.
Was it Nick Fury? How you find out his scar was fucking a cat scram. Like, out of all that, you think it's some badass thing, and it's just like just a cat scrammed his eye. And that's why he's like
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he's blind then. Nah. Stupid, isn't it?
I can't find it now. But it's part of, like I said, one of those really short picture books they done back in the 90s to go along with the film that explains the backstory.
Mavis
it might
the
not
water
be
buffalo.
It's something mad.
Can that be our new mascot? Mavis the water buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. That's some fun fact trivia for you, like.
Yeah. Do you want another one? Another one that's just as funny.
Yeah.
Pumbaa's last name is Smith. It's Pumbaa Smith. And that's mentioned in the Timon and Pumbaa TV series from the early 2000s.
Oh my god.
I got another great one as well. Honestly, they went so extra with the Lion King franchise. Another classic Pumbaa fact that, you know, just needed to be filled in. We needed this backstory. He's got an uncle named Boris, who's a Russian ballet pig dancer.
Oh, I can't keep this in. Like, oh.
You buying that pun, Boris?
He's a gay Russian dancer.
No, he's just a Russian ballet pig dancer. I don't know where you got he was gay from. That's why sometimes I wish we were filming, because you got like actual
for like
tears
10 minutes.
Like, it's actually put us out for much longer than it's going to seem. I'm sweating.
Oh, that zoom. The stampede.
First time CGI is used in an animated film.
Is it?
This scene, yeah.
No way. It is nuts, though, isn't it? Ah.
It's,
Isn't there like a video game where you have to survive this? And it's like on the PS1 and it's just fucking nuts. I don't think I could do it.
do you know what? The only Disney video game I ever remember was the Hercules one.
Oh, don't get me I could not complete that game.
I had it on the PC, and I remember the mission with Medusa, like where you had the mirror shield, extremely well. I remember the mission where you got to save the dolls really well.
Oh.
And I remember the mission where you got to run away from the Cyclops very well. And I think that was where I got stuck then.
I got stuck around the first mission. Did you ever play Atlantis? The video game?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That was probably one of the best film.
Oh man, I forgot about those.
Video game
Like,
adaptations.
like those early.
Because you can actually go on the ship at the start. You go on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like free roam.
Yeah, to a point. Yeah.
It's like the first 2 Harry Potter games. The first 2 Harry Potter games were much better than like the way later
Tell you
ones.
what, I saw that in CEX on original Xbox.
Which one?
£22.
Which one though? Chamber of
First one.
Secrets or the Philosopher's Stone?
I got the Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, and I got Goblet of Fire.
I think
that one's
Prisoner of
sucked ass,
Azkaban is like the cut off. The last
that
one.
was in the free roaming though. You can just go in the castle.
Yeah.
That was amazing for a game. 2002. Like, we didn't. I mean, you had a few. You had like Morrowind and stuff like that.
Man. Do you know what I'd like to see? I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I would love to see like a prequel series on like HBO, like when the castle was first built, like the 4 houses, the 4 heads,
Oh yeah.
or is it Godric Gryffindor?
Or they just swear then, do they?
Yeah, and they're all
Mockumentary
fucking,
style. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. That's
they're all like rutting through the fucking Sorting Hat. Like,
Yeah. Look. I got Gryffindor. A mockumentary Harry Potter prequel on HBO.
That would be brilliant. Oh man.
We're gonna make this.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, you could do a really good like mockumentary in the Harry Potter universe.
I think everything I need to do needs to be a mockumentary from now on.
Like a Ministry of Magic style.
Oh
like
yeah,
Parks
yeah.
and Rec office.
Like a bit like a Wellington Paranormal spin-off show, innit? Like
yeah.
the Ministry of
man.
Magic.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Good title as well.
Yeah.
What would you call the prequel series? 4 houses, like 4 lions.
I don't know. I know so little about the Harry Potter universe. It's ridiculous. So something witty.
Yeah, or Harry
Something
Potter and the
funny.
4 houses, and then in brackets.
Or just call
with
it,
no Harry
call it
Potter.
Hogwarts. Just call it Hogwarts.
Hogwarts, yeah. Hog of Warts. A warthog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pumba.
Pumper Smith.
That's how you get back into the film.
Pumper Smith.
Harry
I
Potter
can't watch this.
to Hogwarts
This is like
to
we got
warthog
this
to
now.
Pumba. There we go. Yeah, this scene. Yeah. Should we just close our eyes and
Covering my pain up with humour.
yeah. And warthogs.
It looks like I've been smoking in front
Pumba
like,
Smith.
on my TV and just been blowing it directly on my TV. It's got like a nicotine tint.
It's really good though.
It works.
Probably one of the best looking animated films,
Yeah.
even now. Like
It's just the colour. Like I said, I
I'm
love
like
colours.
I really need to get the 4K Blu-ray version
yeah,
of
well,
this
it's
because
really good in 4K.
I got the 1080 version
I got the 1080 version.
and it is stunning. But I
this
feel
is
like
the digital copy from that. It's the diamond edition, isn't it? The 1080 one.
yeah, just the 2011 Blu-ray. I think that might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Meek's
Oh,
dead, mate.
spoilers! Mufasa fucking dies.
Meek's dead.
Oh, imagine if he just
sad
bit his
man.
ear clean off. Ash had to leave because he's crying.
And it's not even this bit so much that gets me. It's when he's in the cloud. That fucking kills me,
Yeah.
man. And it's the soundtrack. The soundtrack.
Talking about
really
this film, I've
gets
been
me.
wanting to mention it. Black Panther. Black Panther is a live-action remake of The Lion King.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously with different things. Obviously, the whole Mufasa's death happens before Black Panther in Civil War, but the whole thing of
No,
like
it
he's not
is.
ready to be king,
Like
and
the vision.
and-
yeah.
oh, and then obviously Scar is technically Killmonger.
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of story, just kind of like kind of
Killmonger's more Kovu from the second one.
yeah,
Because Scar is Killmonger's dad, his uncle, and then
yeah,
Kovu,
true.
his son.
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking, just in this film, it still kind of works.
Yeah,
It's even better there. Yeah. And yeah, Black Panther's an amazing film as well.
I
I
think
loved
it's
it.
alright. I mean,
Where did I place it in my MCU rank? It's probably low down because I prefer other films, but it might be in the top 10.
I think it's just
Maybe.
alright. I mean,
It's number 8 in my list.
number 8.
Yeah, but like I
Yeah.
said, like Thor Ragnarok is number 7, and I would push that to number like 2 at this
Yeah,
point.
I guess. I mean,
Purely because we watched What We Do in the Shadows last week, and I was in a Taika binge, and I watched
Taika
Ragnarok,
binge.
and I was just like, yes. Right, he would, lying or not, he would be dead.
yeah, I'm with you there.
I mean, the only time he did his neck just snap.
Oh man, John Wick. So I watched John Wick 3 last night, right? It's fine. I think it's not as good as the first two. It's nowhere near as good as the first two.
Do you reckon?
It's
Apparently
okay.
it's rated higher than...
It's alright. Like, there's 3 scenes in it that really just took me out of the film.
Yeah.
But they're 3 scenes that I feel either don't need to be that way or are just shouldn't have been in the film altogether.
Yeah.
But it's scenes where they're quite obviously CGI, and
Okay.
that really took me out of the films because none of the other two, like, if there's any CGI in the first 2 John Wicks other than like maybe
wouldn't-
explosions and that,
Yeah.
I didn't notice it.
No, and then they probably use real explosions anyway, because...
But in this one, right, so there's these 2 dogs in it, 2 German shepherds.
Yeah.
And so the first one is like this dog jumps up a wall, but he jumps off Halle Berry's back, and then it's like a CGI dog jumps up on this wall. But the wall's really high, and my issue with that is the dogs that are in it were so well trained.
Yeah.
Just make the wall lower and just don't use CGI because it just goes really cartoony.
Yeah.
The second one is a guy who crashes into a car on his motorbike. He just turns into a cartoon mess. Like, to cut it out, just don't have that in there. If
Or
you
just
can't
like
make the
absolute,
CGI look
like
good.
a pool of bits.
He just like hits the car and he just goes like complete ragdoll. But you can just tell that it's not like a stunt double. You can tell they've just CGI'd in a fucking man.
Yeah.
And the third one is he falls off a roof. Now, I don't care what suit John Wick is wearing. I don't care how much of a legend John Wick is. This fall's killing him. He hits the floor so hard and he like smashes his neck on a balcony. But he's like CGI as he falls and it just looks really cartoony.
Yeah.
And it really took me out of the film. Really.
And
got
Keanu
me.
Reeves actually died filming that bit.
No, but honestly, it's so like over the top.
Snapped his neck clean off.
It's too over the top. Like they didn't need to do it CGI.
Talking about falling off people's necks. Have you seen Cop Out? Kevin Smith film with Bruce Willis, Tracy Morgan, Sean
Yeah.
William Scott.
Yeah.
And in the bit where he's like climbing into the house and he's like, "Hey Paul," and he just falls and then breaks his neck. And it reveals that he's not even dead, and he's like in the morgue and he's just like whispering weird shit to himself. And
It's like
he's
Million Dollar Baby where she falls from the stool.
oh god. And Scary Movie 4 when they spoof his that. And also in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they spoof his that in season 2. Yeah. I will eat your babies, bitch.
I thought for the longest time that Paul Giamatti was Timon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only
Nathan
until,
Lane,
like,
isn't it?
the last maybe 5 years I realised it wasn't. But I think that would have been great casting as well. Though.
So, yeah, see that
Paul
was a
Giamatti.
reverb there. Are you nuts? Did you hear that? It was like,
Echoey.
yeah.
Have you ever seen the musical for this? Like the stage musical?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I would
man.
have to go see it though.
I saw it when I must have been about fucking 7 or 8. We went to Disneyland, Florida with my family. It's insane. It's bonkers.
Is it? How do they have people dressed up as?
It's like puppetry work. Like
Oh, so it's not like those weird Shrek musicals where the guy looks like Shrek.
no,
And he's
God,
got like
no,
weird,
no,
like
no, no.
they got a guy dressed
No.
up as a warthog.
Like they do have a guy dressed
oh,
up
they got
as
Seth
Simba,
Rogen just on
but, like,
stage, just
they have a guy with like a big lion like hat on who's Simba, but like the animals and stuff are all like puppet work and like Muppets and things like that.
oh, okay.
It's so well done. It's insane. The level of skill is mad. Actually, I was in London over this Halloween
Yeah.
for a gig, and I met this girl there, right, called Deborah Chapman. So I was standing in the merch queue to buy merch, and there was the 2 girls standing next to me, and this queue was insane. You know what it's like when the queues,
Yeah.
merch queues just no line. It's just people piling in. And it was just insane. And I said something to these two girls, like a joke and throwaway comment, and we ended up chatting. And so we went into the gig with me and my friend Lewis, and they said, "Oh, do you mind if we started?" Like, yeah, that's fine. So we started talking to her. Turns out, right, they were from Scotland, Dundee.
Okay.
She runs this company called How It Felt, and she makes like her own like puppets.
Okay.
It's like a puppet creation workshop. They like mental health classes, puppet making workshops, and like mental health outreach, things like that. Really cool stuff, and her work is phenomenal. In fact, people should check that out. So Timon and Pumbaa became friends because Timon hired him as a bodyguard.
Obviously.
Naturally.
But
he thought it was obviously because he was
just
scary,
a fucking
but it's 'cause
goober,
he
isn't he?
smelled. Yeah.
Is it warthog?
Boar, warthog, yeah.
Right, he's too heavy for that. That vine.
Yeah, so How It Felt. Search How It Felt on Facebook and
How It
Instagram,
Felt.
and they're on there. And they do drama, mental health, and film with puppet workshops. They're great.
Go check it out.
Yeah, go check them out.
I
And
love
then
how
go
they,
and
I love
check
how
the
they
Lion
use
King musical out.
the use of the song to progress the time, though. Do you mean,
Yeah, it's a
like,
great way
it's
to cover
really-
a montage.
Yeah.
Like, it's not so much a clip show montage. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
just like, them doing shit, like...
It's not like a Rocky montage.
Yeah, and then it shows, like how he's been with them for, years and years,
Years.
and they built, like, this friendship, and then later on, then they obviously help with the battle at the end.
Why they're so bonded, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think in the original cut, they were just supposed to be his best friends growing up in the Pride Lands.
Yeah.
But then they obviously thought it would make more narrative sense if he bumps into them when he's outcast.
Oh, have you seen how many people wrote the story for this? Like, at least 10 people.
Man, I've never seen anything make bugs look so appetizing.
1, 2, 3.
Do you remember Roundtrees used to do those sweets where they were bugs, they'd have like a little bit of jelly in them?
Yeah.
Oh man, they were amazing. I wonder if you can still get them on eBay. I'm gonna look at them later.
Ooh.
If anyone knows who can get a bag of them, get in touch.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, like immediately.
Yeah. Like, go back in time before
Yeah.
we record this and hand us some of those sweets
Absolutely.
for this podcast, where we can then
They
talk
were-
about how
they
good
were
they are while
amazing.
eating them. There was 17 writers on the story,
17 writers, oh my
and there was
God.
3 people on the screenplay, obviously.
That's mad. Like, normally when you have a big think tank of writers like that, it just doesn't work.
No. But I've seen some of the behind the scenes, it's like a documentary thing. They shot that, and like, it's nuts how much effort they put into it, man, and it pays off. It's such an amazing film. Like, the story is more important, not so much like the whole animation, and like, it's just the story of it. It's just so...
I mean, to be fair, like you say, they worked off Hamlet as a base.
Yeah.
And I mean, Kimber, don't want to say it's a scene-for-scene remake, but it's very similar in parts, I mean,
Yeah.
which is a bit questionable.
Yeah, the transition though in the song with Donald Glover. Oh man, and he had his little like flair to it as well.
Donald Glover's perfect
Do you know,
casting for it, yeah.
like, I really want to show you it because the way he sings it is amazing.
It's desolate.
But yeah, see, this is why I believe this theory is true.
Cloud theory.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what can Scar do about a drought? I mean, he's not God. He can't control the weather. So, I mean, he's not technically... We don't know he's a bad king. I mean, it's not his fault that there's no food because there's a drought.
Yeah.
So maybe it's negative propaganda as well.
Banger.
Yeah. 2 bangers there. And now he's keeping Zazu prisoner before he says... before he grasses him up because Zazu's a traitor. 3. All 3 confirmed. Bosh.
Done. Bangers and mash.
Do you know who
It's
done
funny.
the score for this? Is it Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Have you ever seen Hans Zimmer's
No.
website?
Was it Hans Zimmer?
Have a
On
look
the
at
page now.
hanszimmer.com.
Hans Zimmer. Music by Hans Zimmer.
Have a
I
look
said
at his
Hans Zimmer
website.
too many times now.
Have a look at his
Zimmer.
website. His website looks like it was made by, like...
Hans Zimmer.
No, it does. It looks like it was made by
Like
Hans
Christopher
Zimmer.
Nolan.
You wouldn't believe it's his official website. It's mad.
Okay, let's check it out, and that's what we're gonna do.
It's a mad little tangent to go on, but honestly, check it out.
Have you seen his masterclass?
No.
Do you know masterclass?
Yeah,
Series
yeah.
and stuff, yeah. Amazing that is.
Look at that. Don't know
What
if
the actual? Is that actually his web? Fuck off! Is that his website? That's shocking.
It looks like it was made by kids, doesn't it?
No, it looks like... Well, I mean, like... the Blu-ray... Have you seen Blu-ray.com?
No.
Yeah, obviously I know that.
It looks like it was made in 2005.
That is earlier than that.
Yeah.
That looks not actually, no, that 2009 probably.
So, last week I mentioned Jeff Goldblum spiders is like a little Easter egg for my friend Lewis.
Yeah.
Someone clicked me out and asked me what I meant, and I told them, and that was that. But they thought, and this is something I want to pitch to you and get your thoughts on, right? They thought I meant about casting Jeff Goldblum
As a spider?
as an older Peter Parker.
Oh, shit.
just giving me a look.
Just staring into your soul.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum, Peter Parker. How old? Like 50s?
Like whatever age
Early
Jeff
50s.
Goldblum is now.
So early 50s-ish.
Because have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
I have, yeah. And
Yeah?
like the
Right.
best thing I like about that is the fact that it's played by Jake Johnson.
But picture this, right?
And
So
he's
this is my
perfect.
pitch for it, right?
I'd rather him be an old
So
Spider-Man.
I don't want him like in like an MCU one or anything like that.
Because obviously he's the Grandmaster.
Yeah, but even with that aside, I'd like him to come into it. So like into a Spider-Verse sequel, where he comes into it as obviously like I said, an older Peter Parker,
Yeah.
and then he starts competing with Peter B to mentor Miles. Because Jeff
Also, as
Goldblum,
an animated, not like...
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Jeff Goldblum, I think, could play like wise, but makes no sense at all. Sort of mentor really well against like the Peter B's.
Schlubby.
Yeah, like got no idea, but it all works out in the end, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like I see that really like working well between him and Miles' character.
No, I can see that. That's a really good... yeah,
it's just
but what would
interesting.
his name be then? Would he be Peter C. Parker?
Oh man, I'd like him to be Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker.
Also, like an older, and he's more like a university
Yeah.
lecturer kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, that's some sort of Spider-Man 4 shit, that isn't it?
That was my original idea, but so I bounced it off Dean because obviously I wanted to like give it to you so you could like give your first reaction to it. But when I was like bouncing it off Dean, I was like, so either as an Into the Spider-Verse sequel or as a straight up Spider-Man 4, like the Spider-Man 4 we never got,
Yeah.
where it's just set in the future. Jeff Goldblum is Peter Parker now, and it just carries on from there. Because like I said, I think just Jeff Goldblum could play that wise, but it's just absolutely insane. Makes no sense
You
whatsoever.
could just play Jeff Goldblum and be like,
Yeah,
yes, I like that.
like just
He
play
just
the
talks so
Grandmaster
weird,
of
doesn't he?
Spider-Man.
The way he like hums and goes, So weird, man. When did he get so weird?
I think he's always been weird.
No, but like Jurassic Park era, he was a bit of like a... I mean, obviously his character, but like, he was a bit of a douche in that. And then, he's just played the last maybe 10 years, he's just been playing like...
I feel the last 10
Very,
years
like-
he's just been playing himself.
Yeah, he's just been going like, yes.
Do you know what Rafiki's thing translates as?
Baboon.
Yeah, no, it is. It's I'm a baboon and you're not, or something like that. Or I'm a monkey and you're not a monkey. Google it. It's something like that. Asante san, squash banana, wee wee noodle, hapana, and it works out as I'm a baboon and you're not, or you're a baboon and I'm not, or...
Rafiki. Oh yeah, Rafiki means a friend in English.
Alright.
But it's a place called Word Hippo. That's the
No, but I
other-
mean his song, the Asante san, squash banana.
Oh right, I thought you were talking about his name.
Yeah, so the literal translation of his song with the bananas is Asante sana squash banana wee wee nugu mimi hapana, which literally translates as you're a baboon and I'm not. Deep translations in this film, son.
Jesus.
Oh, it's a lion, it's a baby lion.
Oh.
I'm a baboon, you're not. Deep. It's deep meaning. Rafiki's clearly just stoned, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
He's high, man. I mean, look how pinned his eyes are for a start.
I love you can just you can hear the dogs just
Misty.
having no snooze. Well, she's got like the little white bit on her head as well.
Yeah,
She's
that's
just like-
sometimes the only way I can tell them apart.
And you're like,
She's
actually,
got more white
he's
than her.
just hench.
Oh, yeah, he's ripped, yeah.
Built like a brick shit house, like.
Misty's more round. Ace.
So cute, man.
Ace looks like the dogs from the first Hulk film. You know, the ones that go after him.
Yeah. Speaking of the Hulk film, it's been released on 4K. Yeah, they keep releasing random shit like Moon. You know that Duncan Jones film with Sam Rockwell?
Yeah. He was shit talking Ryan Johnson when they were making Last Jedi.
Really? Oh yeah, he was, yeah,
making
on
the
Twitter.
Warcraft at the same time. And Ryan Johnson tweeted him back. He was like, "Oh yeah, we see which film bombs." And obviously neither done particularly well. I mean, Last Jedi done well
The Last
financially.
Jedi looks amazing.
I love The Last Jedi. I don't give a shit what anyone says about it. I think The Last Jedi is a million times better than The Force Awakens.
For me, the cinematography,
It's great.
the whole,
I mean,
the color about it, the whites, the whites and the reds, isn't
Yeah.
it? Just like that, like
the Praetorian Guard scene. I mean,
Jesus, man.
right, like, don't get me wrong. The whole like Canto Bight Casino Planet stuff is boring.
Yeah.
I think I told you like way back when we were doing the first episode. Like I watched it not that long ago, but I forwarded through the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And I done the film in I think about half hour to about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But mostly because I just done the Luke Skywalker stuff and everything else I just skipped through. To be honest,
I don't think I could do that with a film. Like,
I've never done it before.
you can just watch a compilation video on
But that's
YouTube, probably.
that's how I feel about Last Jedi. I feel like it's such an unbalanced film that I
Just
can
like
just
The Force.
skip bits. Like,
Do you believe that for everything to be like not perfect in a better world,
Like
there needs to be
everything linked.
balanced, so there needs to be
I don't know. There's 3 discussions to be had here. There's an in-movie discussion, a personal feelings discussion, and a where they're gonna go discussion. I don't know because they've also just announced Hot Toys just released their first picture of one of the new figures they're bringing out for this film, and it's called the Sith Trooper,
Sith Trooper. Yeah.
and it looks amazing.
Yeah, I thought it looks good.
But
yeah.
it's interesting to me because, and I don't mean in the film sense now, because obviously in The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren says, "Oh, the Jedi, the Sith, do away with it, get over the past."
Yeah.
In like Lucasfilm as a company, when Disney bought them, come out like way back when they were still doing The Force Awakens, and said that the Sith and the Jedi aren't going to be a part of this trilogy. So are they like going back on that now to bring the Sith in?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something interesting with that. Like, I don't like to get too political behind the scenes with it because I literally I've got no time for like toxic fan culture. Do you mean if something's not for you, it's not for you? Do you mean? But yeah, I don't know whether that's just they forgot that they're not doing the Sith or whether they are going back, or I don't know. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to think where they're going to go with it. I mean, I've got total faith in people working for Lucasfilm, like Pablo Hidalgo and Dave Filoni. They know what they're doing. Do you mean people need to chill out with those two and just let them do their job and stop fucking tweeting at them and bothering them on Reddit and shit like that, and just let them do their jobs because they really know what they're doing. I mean, Clone Wars and Rebels just shows that. If the extended media is anything to go by, like Rebels and things like that, I think there's something more. I mean, because they've made a big deal out of Ahsoka Tano's character, because she's not a Jedi, she's not a Sith. She's like some mad wizard, like Gandalf the White in it now, where she just walks around with a big white staff. So I think there's more to the Force than just the Jedi. I mean, there's the Night Sisters, who are dark side users, they're not Sith, so there's definitely more than just the conventional left and right, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's just whether they choose to implement those things into the films. What did you think of Jeremy Irons as Alfred?
Oh, I don't know. Good.
Yeah.
Bit too young, considering they went with the older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I suppose.
That bugged me. If I'm honest, Sean Pertwee
in the series
Gotham, my
nails
favourite,
it,
my
yeah, he's
favourite.
really good.
I think is it Michael Gough? from the original, like from Tim Burton onwards, for the Joel Schumacher ones.
Yeah. Yeah, he's alright. I mean,
he was too
he's too background. He didn't have enough
background.
to do. Do you know what I mean?
He was a bit too quiet.
Yeah.
Like
I like a witty
and then
Alfred.
Michael Caine's accent just does my head in. So
I love Michael
he
Caine's
bugged the
Alfred.
shit out of me. Jeremy Irons, yeah, I think Jeremy Irons was probably one of my least favourite though, just purely out of like, it just didn't feel
Just
like
didn't click
Alfred.
for you. Yeah, I get what
At
you're
least
saying.
Sean Pertwee is like,
Sean Pertwee was amazing.
Yeah.
That Gotham, the first series of that, I was like, ooh, this isn't great.
Yeah.
But Gotham really turned itself around. It was incredible. It done some really good takes on some characters.
oh yeah, and interesting new kind of takes as well. Like,
Yeah.
they're not the
Like
same
the
kind of
Penguin.
origins.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I said so many times, like while that show was airing, that they should just rename it Penguin because he was the best thing in that series. He was so good.
Yeah.
In fact, the actor's in John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in John Wick 3. So I've got a casting for the new Alfred, if they do recast him with it now.
Yeah.
Ian McShane. Ian McShane as Alfred. He's got the
Yeah,
accent,
no.
he's got the age.
Age, yeah. Look,
Yeah. I get
he's
you.
too rough and rugged for Alfred, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
This Jeremy Irons is quite like suave, isn't he? And like, especially when he's Sky, he's just very like, I don't know.
Ironically enough, Ian McShane has exactly what I think Robert Pattinson is missing. Like, looks like he could beat you up in a fight.
That's true. Yeah, they could go in that direction and be like, oh, Alfred isn't a little bitch boy.
SAS, former SAS, isn't he, Alfred?
Yeah, and then he doesn't seem like that in you know. I can't buy that from the other ones.
Yeah. Oh god, no. I can't see Michael Caine like as a
You
former
know, all he
SAS.
can do is
I
rob
mean,
fucking like.
rob gold bars in
Yeah.
Italy.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think Ian McShane would make a good Alfred. I get what you're saying about the look. I don't know. I just can't think of like any a British actor who's of that age or renown who could fit in to do it. Ian
Fuck it.
McKellen.
Morgan Freeman.
He's been Lucius Fox, hasn't he?
Don't care. Fuck it. It'd be great. It'd be such a Hollywood way of going around. It's not gonna be a Hollywood type of film though.
Yeah, I think maybe Ian
Hopefully it's
McKellen.
Hopefully they
I
can do a
dunno.
really nice gritty version without getting not like as dark like kind of Snyder.
Yeah,
kind of-
I want it noir, like detective noir,
Yeah.
like Sin City type thing, but not just
Yes, but not obviously.
like Watchmen dark. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a
yeah,
fine line.
I think they picked the wrong
I don't like Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder.
Zack
Zack
Snyder.
I think he's got a brother called Scott. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he come out and he said that thing about like, did you see the things he said about like Batman and superheroes not killing and things like that?
Yeah, and then he fucking.
That to me just screamed that he fundamentally just doesn't understand comic books. He just doesn't understand what it's about, which tells me he shouldn't be making films about them.
Yeah, and he's made too many. Too
Yeah,
fucking
like-
many. At least 6.
Don't get me wrong, I like Batman vs Superman. I don't like. I don't understand a lot of the criticisms of Batman vs Superman. I mean, it is a bit too long and it is too filled, but I don't know, man. I don't think he should be I think they should leave it where it is with him now. I do want to see the Snyder cut of the Justice League. I do still want to see it, but at the same time, I think they just shouldn't let him make any more because I just don't think he understands what he's
Doing.
Yeah. Do you mean I'm not as a filmmaker, but I just mean in terms of character. He obviously just doesn't understand these people.
Yeah, that's fair. Because they've already established characters as well. Like, I mean, I really enjoyed his Dawn of the Dead. Nailed it. But I'm pretty sure James Gunn wrote it. Which is because he started off as a screenwriter, I believe. He actually did the Scooby Doo action series.
I like that. That's
And you can tell now with the jokes that all the
the
euphemisms
very
and stuff, and
Guardians.
yeah.
Especially when they do the body switch.
Oh
With
yeah,
Fred
yeah,
Mischief,
yeah.
Like a lot of those.
I always thought this was funny as a kid, but like, yeah, he didn't get it until later on. Like, and the whole thing of like Shaggy and Scooby get blazed,
Oh, in the van.
and the fact that like I'm pretty sure
Mary
like
Jane
I'm
gets
pretty
named
sure
as
that
well.
only Shaggy actually talks to Scooby until the live action, and then James Gunn was like, "Fuck it, let's have everyone
Everyone
think
do it,
Scooby
yeah.
talks." Like, because obviously it makes sense for Shaggy too. He's always fucking baked. And then have you noticed the way they refer to Scooby, like as in like, oh, you take Scooby with you to that? Like they refer to him as just like a kind of dog, rather than like a.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't
Rather
actually
than like
physically speak to him like, Scooby, how are you feeling today? And he goes,
Yeah.
good, thanks. That's my terrible Scooby-Doo impression. Oh man, where's Mark Hamill when you need him? Like,
Mark Hamill, man, is such a good voice actor. That's my Joker. That's the definitive Joker for me, Mark Hamill's.
talking about his voice though. What about the new Chucky?
I haven't seen great things, and I just don't think they should have bothered. Like
Aubrey Plaza though.
some things, I just don't think you should touch them. Like just leave Chucky where it is now.
Yeah, it died with Bride.
Yeah.
Oh, rhymed.
I mean, the one they done for the newer one they done for Netflix is alright. I think it's called Cult. Maybe.
Cult Chucky.
Yeah, it's alright. But again, just to stop it now.
Child's Play 1 was amazing. Child's Play 2 was kind of alright. Child's Play 3 was good in bits. I really liked Bride, and I thought that was a really 90s, a proper 90s like horror. And then what was it? Seed of Chucky. That was fucking shit. Yeah. I'm sorry. And then
they went too far with that one.
And then it was
like, too much humor.
They didn't do it for years then. There's one with the wheelchair girl.
I haven't watched them any since Seed. Didn't they do another remake, like a proper remake recently? I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Chucky franchise. And again, I just think they should just left it now.
Yeah, I believe in this this cloud theory.
Yeah,
It's obviously
it makes sense. But all three of them make sense. That's why they were bangers, not shiters.
We gotta keep that name. Banger or shiter.
And the Green is back. Speaking of Green, I've given up on Swamp Thing. So DC Universe has had 3 original shows: Titans, Doom Patrol, and Swamp Thing. The one I was most excited for was Swamp Thing, then Titans, then Doom Patrol. Titans is alright. I think Titans is there's a couple of episodes in it that it doesn't need, and I think a couple of the episodes are like in the wrong order. I think they could be rearranged. Doom Patrol. So Doom Patrol isn't a comic I ever read. Like I never read the Doom Patrol books, so I knew nothing about it going in.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, man, Doom Patrol is amazing.
Is that one with Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser, yeah, it's really good. And Timothy Dalton, Alan Tudyk, it's incredible.
Ooh.
It's like, it's a bit like Deadpool. Like Alan Tudyk's like the narrator, and he's also the villain, but he's also like fourth wall breaking. Like he's aware it's a TV show, and he goes on about it like all the time. It's really funny.
Okay.
That's
right up my
insane.
street. That's my kind of shit.
It's one of those like, it's absolutely bonkers. Like the first episode, they end up like teleporting into the ass of a donkey.
What?
It's insane. But the show completely acknowledges how insane it is, and it just keeps getting like more and more insane.
Yeah.
Like there's a street called Danny who's like also a sentient being, and it's like full of like drag queens and things like that. It's really good. Swamp Thing though, so Swamp Thing is one I was most excited for because it's something I read regularly, and what an absolute pile of crap it is. Yeah. So it's had 7 episodes so far, and I think in total we've probably seen the Swamp Thing for maybe 20 minutes, like over the whole 7 hours that have come out. It's way too focused on Abby Arcane, and we've learned like nothing new since the first episode as well. Like it's been like an extra 6 hours of just nothing. Like we learned what was going on with the swamp in the first episode. We learned who was doing it. We learned why they were doing it. Mm-hmm. And it's just going nowhere now. It's just been a bit dead. Yeah. So I don't think the DC streaming service is going to be alive for much longer as a thing.
I didn't even know it existed until last week.
Yeah.
Until you told me.
I mean, it's got the Young Justice going on, which is amazing. But the problem I think with Young Justice is coming out weekly. I think they need to dump that all in one.
Yeah. Is that live action or animated?
Animated. It's a revival of a series that was like cancelled quite a while ago.
Okay.
It's very good. Very, very good. This series, not so much. I haven't enjoyed it as much, but I think that's to do with the fact they've changed the team.
Yeah.
But the first 2 series of Young Justice are incredible. I highly recommend them. So yeah, I don't know what the future holds for DC Universe. Like I said, I can't see them being viable much longer. They've got a second series of Doom Patrol and Titans definitely coming out, but I think they'll move them onto Warner Brothers streaming service rather than DC keeping their own.
Yeah.
'Cause I just can't see them keeping it up. They haven't got enough content, and it's not coming out regular enough to justify the fee. Like, you can read comics on there,
Yeah.
but it's just, who wants to fucking read a comic on the TV or a laptop? Do you mean? Like, I used
to do that.
Like, I use web comics now purely for space reasons. But I don't know, I can't do it like a full screen on my laptop. I either got to do it on my phone or on a tablet.
Yeah, phone, yeah.
Like, I find the sizing is weird on a laptop.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I use my phone too.
That's
Like a
the
plus
page
size one, yeah.
works, yeah.
So it's like I read scripts on here. I remember read the whole Matrix script on the way to Menorca. That was fun. Good, best 2 hours of my life.
Yeah.
Good fucking script, mind. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you have, like, the whole Will Smith being the original Neo casting thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever just think of things like that and just how completely different those films would have been?
Yeah,
like,
they would have
imagine
been.
the Matrix trilogy with Will Smith.
I love Will Smith, but not as a
No, but
dramatic
that's
actor.
it's
But
really
then
hard
again,
to imagine.
£7, brilliant in that. I Am Legend,
Yeah.
he was great in there as well.
Will Smith's done some great work, but like I said, I just
He's
can't
done-
imagine
he's
the
done some
tone
bad
of the
work as well.
film. Like, I can't see him pulling off. I don't know. I don't know whether it's just easy to say because obviously Keanu Reeves has already played the role.
And also, Keanu Reeves can do anything
Yeah,
because he is
he
the
is Neo.
internet's.
He's immortal.
He's immortal, yeah, the immortal Keanu Reeves. Yeah. So, what show would you like to see on the DC Universe streaming thing?
I'd like to see a Jonah Hex show.
Yeah.
I think they could do a really, really good Jonah Hex show. I mean, they did the film, which isn't great. It's all right. It's not as bad as people say it is, but it's by no means a great film.
Yeah.
I actually went to see that in the cinema, and I went with my friend Jamie, and we were the only 2 people in that entire cinema. Like,
Serious.
literally just us 2.
Not a lot of people know about John Hex.
No, he's a pretty underrated character. Yeah, they could do a really good 10, 13 episode series of Jonah Hex. Set it in Old West Gotham, so you can do a couple of nods to things people do know a bit better, like Batman and things.
Yeah.
I think you absolutely get Jimmy Palmiotti in to write it or help write it. Otherwise, don't bother doing it. Because his Jonah Hex run is my favourite comic run of all time. It's phenomenal, even with the new 52 stuff as well. It's when he brought it back to Gotham, like you say, and with Amadeus Arkham and like the building of Arkham Asylum and the Court of Owls, incredible run. And again, like you said, his stuff before the new 52 is amazing. So I think you should definitely get him in to at least consult in some way.
Yeah.
Casting, I'd like to see Eva Green as Lila Black.
Nice.
Maybe John Hamm as Jonah Hex if they could afford him.
John Hamm. Yeah.
I mean, John Hamm I wanted as Batman, but that's obviously not happening.
Mm.
So if
I
they
think
could
he would do it anyway.
If they could afford John Hamm,
I mean, he's
Eva Green,
50.
get
He's
them
like
in.
almost 50 now.
Yeah, you could do it. Jonah Hex, definitely.
Oh yeah, Jonah Hex, yeah. But not
that's
Batman.
not as Batman now.
Yeah.
But if they could get him in, that would be great. Jonah Hex series.
John Hamm, are you listening?
I mean, get John Hamm in. Unless they can get Josh Brolin back. I mean,
Yeah.
if the MCU can get J.K. Simmons, they could get him back.
Yeah, but then again, Sony own Spider-Man, so they're like, "Do you want to be in it?" He was
That's
like,
true.
he said if the opportunity arises, I'll do it anytime. So that was a spoiler.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's there.
It's only been out like a week.
That's fine. I can't help it. You know the whole like J.K. Simmons thing.
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder, because Far From Home is the official end of Phase 3 now, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder if this is like a little hint that they'll be willing to bring back more casting choices from other franchises,
Yeah.
like maybe from like the X-Men franchise.
Yeah.
who would you see back from the X-Men, or would you cast as the X-Men?
Oh, I do like James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. I do like Nicholas Hoult as Beast.
Yep, he's great in that.
I think that.
I'd probably keep them three.
I mean, Sophie Turner's got to go as.
She's
no
fucking doubt, mate.
Good. I mean, she's a great actress. She does not do a great American accent.
No.
It's not very good.
Sorry.
So, I think maybe get someone else as Jean Grey. Maybe the girl from It.
Oh, the young
Give
girl.
her a couple of years.
Yeah.
Beverly Marsh from the new It could do it.
Yeah. Was she in Stranger Things as well?
No.
She's not.
No.
Oh.
I mean, you'd think that because that.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Because Will.
I just see
not Will. Richie is Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Are you excited for the new It?
I haven't seen the first bit.
No?
No.
That's part one. Have you seen the original 90s one?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Back in the day, like Tim Curry, like.
Yeah. I watched the original 90s one
Seth
when
Green.
I was like Seth Green, yeah,
Seth Green.
Richie.
Yeah.
The kid from Neverending Story.
Yeah.
He's dead now, killed himself. Just awkward silence. Beat Richie. Yeah, the 90s It film, oh my god. I watched it at a sleepover when I was like, at a Halloween sleepover when I was like maybe 7 or 8, just way too young to be watching that film.
About 7 or 8.
And I absolutely love that original. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Like, I it's ridiculous, it's campy, but I think it's phenomenal.
That was a television movie as well.
Yeah, it's television special, yeah, it's in 2 parts, yeah.
For
Superman's mum is Beverly Marsh. Superman's mum in Smallville is Beverly Marsh in it. I forget her name, I think it's Diane.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Superman's mum is Beverly Marsh, and something I think it does really well, which I think is my problem with most modern horrors, is it's got a really great soundtrack, like it's got a really great score.
Yeah.
I think a score can make like a massive difference in horror, and the TV special was brilliant. Like, I always remember the opening scene where the little girl's on like the tricycle,
Yeah.
and he appears from behind the bed sheets, and then and the first scene where you see Bill, you zoom into like his mum's house, and his mum's like playing piano.
Yeah.
And it just always sticks to me because the song just always frightens me now. It always just makes me think of It the Clown. Yeah, so that opening scene is amazing, brilliant. My news roundup, things I've noticed and cared about this week, is Cuphead series for Netflix.
Yeah.
Well into that. I haven't read too much about it. I just seen it's coming out, so I will be doing a bit more looking into that.
Yeah.
Because I wonder if it's the two brothers that will be at like drawing the animations. Because have you played Cuphead?
I haven't.
Oh man, Cuphead's really good. Just even if you just look at the bosses, just watch a Let's Play or something, they're so like well done. It's really good. What else is news? I did have 2 things, but I fucking forgot them now. It was Cuphead. What were the other 2?
I want to know what the Russo brothers are doing.
What?
Have you seen
Russo's doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Have you seen on there? They've been posting on Instagram, I think. So look, they got like a timer, and yeah, I don't know what the hell it is, but I think I've seen some theories about what it could be, and I think I've seen somewhere that it could be Secret Wars. They're announcing the Secret Wars will be in Phase 4. But
Secret Wars would be a good way to be able to introduce the X-Men as well.
That's something, yeah. And I feel like that'll be probably released in like 2025 or something as late as that, actually.
Yeah, that would make sense.
19th this month, so it'll be next Friday. Also, there's another one which is probably more likely to be what it is. It's the Comic-Con announcement for Phase 4. So it won't actually be. Yeah, Comic-Con's on the 19th to the 20th, 30th.
Yeah,
so 3 days.
Yeah. So I mean, that's next week. There'll be bumper stuff coming out and announced trailers also.
A lot. A lot of spoofers.
A lot of spoofers. Do you see Marvel coming out and saying straight up, this is what we're going to do for Phase 4, or do you see them just coming out and introducing a couple of films?
I don't think they'll do what they did with Phase 2 and 3, where they kind of announced the films, because I know Phase 3 changed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they had Inhumans in there. That was supposed to, released like December
Like
2018.
how far in advance do you see them? Like the next 5 years, next 10
I think
years?
they'll announce dates for Black Widow, and if they haven't, I don't know if they have or not. Shang-Chi,
Right.
the Eternals, and probably have an Eternals like panel as well. Like not like a panel, because obviously it'd be a part of the Marvel panel, but you know, they'll take a bit of time in announcing the cast for that, and maybe announcement for Guardians Volume 3.
I don't see a Guardians announcement coming until the Suicide Squad,
You reckon?
because their hands are kind of tied until he's finished with that. And then,
Oh yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, shit.
he's doing that first, so I don't think they'll show. Because that could still be another.
Or
3
maybe
years
not that
away
then. Yeah. The Russo brothers, I think, will be obviously like you know, introducing, or maybe they'll be the host of it. You know,
Yeah,
they get like Chris
yeah.
Hardwick and stuff. So I think they'll be doing that. Yeah, that's what I think for Marvel. I don't think they'll do anything else. Just a few announcements. They probably might. They could announce more of the Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, I think they have to announce what they're doing worldwide.
They
with
might
that.
announce. They might announce like a director's cut of Endgame. That's wishful thinking, though. Where like it's like a 4.5 hour like epic.
Nah, I don't.
That
see
would be
coming.
amazing.
I don't see that happening.
That's just my wish.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll because didn't they do the cinematic re-release with like an extra post-credit scene?
Oh, Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might get that, but you ain't. I don't think you can.
It's not. It's not anything really. It's a Stanley tribute. There's like a unfinished CGI Hulk scene where he saves like kids from a burning building, and then it's like the first few minutes of Far From Home.
So
It's very underwhelming, isn't
yeah.
it? Like it's nothing. There's no real
No, like,
tease or
teaser,
anything. Yeah. Which is good. I think they did it so.
I can see DC dropping a trailer for Wonder Woman 84. I think that's coming next weekend. I think we get a Titan season 2 trailer.
Do you remember get a Suicide Squad release if there isn't one already?
No, I think we might get a teaser for the new Harley Quinn film, The Birds of Prey.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think that's what we probably get from DC,
Yeah.
unless they announce like a new show that's in production.
What about Kevin Smith? He's got a panel in OH.
I don't see anything new coming from him
Apart
other
from the
than
trailer
obviously
for
like
a reboot.
Jay, the new Jay and stuff. But other than that, I don't see anything else.
You don't think
new
anything to
coming
do with
from
Moose
him.
Jaws?
No.
You don't think he's gonna do like? He's not gonna just be there for a trailer for reboot though.
I don't know. I can't see whatever he's working on. I don't think it's gonna be an original story. I think he'd be working on someone else's IP.
Yeah. Okay.
But
You don't
only
think
because-
anything from Moose Jaws then? Like about like, oh, we're gonna film Moose Jaws in like November or something like.
No, I don't think.
Hey
so.
guys, we're gonna film Moose Jaws.
No, I don't think so. I think he might be working on a franchise, if anything.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Get him on Marvel or something. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Imagine that, like they announce him as a director for some obscure film for Phase 4,
Yeah,
and then because he's right after Marvel, he did.
I'd rather him work for DC.
He did like a spoiler review of like Far From Home, and obviously Kevin Smith was an hour and a half long, almost as long as the film. And he was saying that like he's got a panel Hall H this year, and he's right after Marvel, so maybe I doubt it, but like that would be quite interesting.
I'd like to see him do a Beast Boy film for DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
I would
Beast
like
Boy.
Kevin Smith to bring in Daredevil to the MCU.
Yeah, that would work. Oh god, yeah.
And then recast Ben Affleck. No, sorry, Robert Pattinson. Another person so Ashley can fight. Same guy, different superhero. And that's it for another episode of The Conversation Is Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Conversation Is Podcast, and Twitter at TCI_podcast. Post, tweet, or send a message to us about what film you'd like us to talk about next. And with that, catch you later. Later.